Hi everyone, I am Vera Grace Abrasado, a second year student at Negros Oriental State University Shatun campus. Today, I will going to discuss the Unit 3 Learners in the Difficult Circumstances. So before that, we are going to discuss our objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students will be able to define learners in difficult circumstances and identify at least three challenges that impact their education, perform a role play in small groups to illustrate at least one challenges faced by learners in difficult circumstances, and express empathy by sharing a written or verbal reflection on the struggles of children in difficult circumstances. And these are the five circumstances. First, living in remote places. So these are the pictures, the victims of war, the family or the broken family, the street children, children from impoverished families, and then the victims of abuse. So what is learners in the difficult circumstances? Learners in difficult circumstances, these are the students who experience the challenges or who face challenges that hinder their ability to access or to succeed in education. The factor such as geographical isolation, the war, the family breakdown, the poverty and abuse create significant barriers to education. So first, living in remote places. A place apart, distant, existing far away in space. These are the areas that experience limited access to schools and educational resources. So the challenges for living in remote places are the scarcity of schools and qualified teachers, limited access to technology and learning materials, and then the transportation difficulties hinder school attendance. So these are the strategies that we're going to support living or the learners who live in remote places. First, offline learning materials, community-based learning support, flexible learning schedules, and communication. So these strategies help students continue their studies despite of limited resources and challenging circumstances. And then the second one is victims of war. The individuals who have experienced suffering, trauma, and degradation as a result of war, often leading to mental health challenges. The challenges is exposure to violence and trauma, displacement leading to disruption education, and psychological issues. So these learners experience deep suffering, the trauma, and then the humiliation, which can lead to serious mental issues. And then the strategies of victims of war that we're going to support for children or the learners is the psychological and emotional support, the access to education and the basic needs, and then the community and social reintegration. And then, these strategies will help victims of war rebuild their lives by addressing their mental health needs, ensuring access to education and essential resources, and also fostering a sense of belonging through community support and social reintegration. And then, the third one is products of broken family. So these are the children who grow in homes where parents are separated or no longer together. These children experience emotional distress and inability, potential neglect or lack of parent support, and then economic hardship. So the strategies that we are going to support for products of the broken family learners is emotional support. So we're going to support emotionally a safe and stable environments, and then the schools and social support. Continue with the fourth one. street children, children from impoverished families. So these are the children who live in poverty, often lacking access to basic needs like food, shelter, and education. The challenges that the street children experience is lack of access of basic necessities, exposure to exploitation and abuse, the health issues, and malnutrition. So, these children experience difficult circumstances that expose them to exploitation, abuse, and dangerous environment, making them survival a daily challenges. So, poor living condition lead to health issues and malnutrition, further affecting their physical and mental well-being. So, these are the strategies that we are going to do to support children or the street children. First, that provides basic needs, the food, the shelter, and the clothing. Second, strengthen their family and community support. And then offers flexible learning opportunities. And then the last one is victims. So the fifth one is victim of abuse. Victims of abuse are the children who experience harm mistreated, such as physical, emotional, or sexual abuse. Victims of abuse in children suffer harm through physical and emotional, and then the sexual mistreated. They may experience fear, the trauma, and long-term psychological effect that impact their well-being. The abuse may came in from caregivers, the family members, or in their environment, often leading to trust issues and low self-esteem. So these are the strategies that we are going to do to support learners who experience victims of abuse. The strategies is counseling services, support their education and growth, involve trusted adults and the community. So these strategies will help students or the learners to heal and rebuild themselves. So these are the references. Thank you.